Well, I'm back out on the club lake in a few hours today. Nearly didn't stay here, to be fair. It's extortionately crowded at the moment. I'm really hoping that everyone's going to fade away by the middle of the afternoon. It's going to be an opportunity to sort of move around a bit. It's only a sort of gamble on that front, really. If it doesn't work, there's not a lot I can do, really. But my favourite little swim that I quite like, just drop them in the margins. Seems to be people casting all over the place. It's quite funny, you know, they fish one swim and they're fishing about 4 swims down, despite the fact there's about 10 people on here today. It'd also be interesting to find out as well that I sort of struggle to catch when it's crowded on here. I sort of think I seem to pick the wrong area, so I need to learn a little bit about this. If it's going to keep being this crowded, I'm going to keep carrying doing the odd little summer day, which I quite like. It should be quite nice. I might just have to adapt a different tactic to when I fish it in the summer and different areas I fish. Don't know, can't see why, but you never know with these fish. It's the vast amount of lily pads could be the key to my lack of success. You know, I'm not fishing close enough to lily pads. I'm not fishing anywhere where the lily pads are, really. There's lily pads opposite me and I could cast across, apart from some guy to the left of me on the far bank about 4 swims down, casting more or less in front of me. It's quite hilarious, really. Interesting to see how well he gets how well he gets on getting a fish in out of there, to be fair. But hey ho, it's club water fishing for you, and we live with that. I'm not going to bother to ask him moving it or anything like that. I'm quite happy just dumping them in and dropping them in the margins and taking it from there, really. That's all you can really do. I did nearly go one down to the right of me, but I think I would be a little bit closer to someone else, so don't really fancy that myself either. Here I'm there's a guy to the left of me, but he's quite a way to the left of me, and he's casting to the left because he wants to go on the end of the island, and the guy to the right of me is sort of doing similar sort of casting and slightly to the right of him, so it all sort of pretty much balances itself out, really, and hopefully the fish will sneak along this margin because they're getting a lot of lead pressure and other things. So we can only but hope, can't we? We shall see. Fingers crossed. And hopefully people will go home so I can get a bit of a move on as well. Should be interesting, but we'll see. The bottom end where they're sort of coming to the car park, the pads are just rampant down there. I need to get a bit thinned out, really. It's nearly becoming unfishable. But there we go. Right, time for a brew, I think. Sit back and relax and enjoy. Look at that. Little pretty little stubby baby one. Absolutely gorgeous. About £8. But hey, I love the colour of it. Absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful little thing, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful. Well, it's 4:30 now. Everyone's more or less gone, so I've taken a little decision to move up around the island. Don't quite know why, just fancy it, really. Does look pretty good. I've cleaned some snags out of things recently, so hopefully the carp will still be up here doing a bit of investigative work and rummaging around and checking out the new environment and things. So that's sort of my thought process to it. I haven't seen or heard any carp for a long time, so realistically it's yeah, it's better than where I was. I'd had a liner about 3 o'clock and nothing occurred after that. I think there's 2 other guys left on here now, and they're breaking down their tackle and everything, so there's just me on here. So maybe I'll spend 45 minutes here or an hour here and then move on to an hour somewhere else a little bit further down and amongst the pads and things. It's just got to be worth a play, I think, to see where we go, really. that's all there is to do at the moment. Just tinker. Might not even be the best time to even move and catch fish. I haven't really been here much past 4 o'clock realistically over the times I've been fishing it, so just have to see, a bit of a learning curve. And yeah, looks beautiful though, doesn't it, really? Haven't seen this place in the full sort of summer swing for decades, really. Looks as lovely as it always has looked. Anyway, we shall see where we go from here, really. Well, I've given it my best shot. I've seen fish showing off a little sort of stump off that corner of the island over there. Where is it? There, in the middle of the screen. They sort of nudge that and go around that, which isn't overly far away from where I've been fishing. So I decided to sort of stay put, and hopefully they'd sort of migrate a little bit round to the left-hand rod. But not been the case. I can see down the lake there's been no real signs of any carp or anything, so I don't think I've lost out, not moving or anything like that. It's just the way it is, really. Yeah, it's been an enjoyable day. Haven't blanked, nice to get out. Not going to complain. Never complain these days about fishing, can you, really? I know, I must admit, it's absolutely lovely out here, isn't it? Don't you think so? That view is just everlasting. Just wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Anyway, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. And yeah, we'll catch up with you soon, folks. Beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful.